Elon Musk, Chief Executive Officer of SpaceX, and Mike Sievert, CEO of T-Mobile, made the announcement on August 26 during a live event held in Starbase, Texas, that SpaceX has partnered with T-Mobile. The partnership between Starlink and T-Mobile will be a game-changer for cellular service, and Smarter AI CEO Piche had some ideas about how the new partnership will affect the automotive industry's ability to use 5G. Hey guys, welcome to our channel, TechLife. Today, let's talk about how Starlink and T-Mobile's partnership will make 5G better for AI cameras. So, stick with us to the end. In an interview, Chris, who has made services like AT&T TV, BBM Video, Poly Video, and Stun Turn Ice, talked about how he thinks 5G will affect cars and phones. Before the top 40 under 40 entrepreneurs started Smarter AI, his company made a technology that BlackBerry licensed to make voice and video calls possible. This put Chris right in the middle of how quickly technology can change markets. Smarter AI is a software platform for cameras that can learn and make decisions on their own. Transportation is the first vertical market that the company is focusing on. This market is for camera systems for vehicles, like dash cams or other camera systems for bigger vehicles. The link between Tesla, Starlink, and T-Mobile here is all about self-driving cars. Today's self-driving cars, whether they're Teslas or something else, all need to be able to see what's going on around them. In the case of Tesla, they use cameras and computer vision to try to figure out what's going on around the car. In some cases, cameras and computer vision are the only things they use. Many of their competitors don't use cameras, but also use LiDAR. But in both cases, everything depends on who can see what they can see when they look straight ahead. With these technologies, cars can see past what they can see. Let's say you're coming up to a crossroads and want to make a turn. Technology will tell you exactly what's ahead on the street you're turning onto, so you don't have to wait to see what's there. There could be a stopped car, a person about to cross against the light, or some other temporary blockage that you don't know about. A self-driving car would use this information to figure out if it can make that turn or not. This technology depends on communication networks with high capacity and high availability, like 5G. T-Mobile customers will be able to access connectivity that is being beamed down from SpaceX's constellation of low Earth orbit satellites thanks to this partnership. T-Mobile customers should be able to connect to the SpaceX satellite through a new network broadcast from Starlink satellite using T-Mobile's mid-band spectrum network as part of this program. This is in addition to the fact that SpaceX already provides residential internet service all over the world through its Starlink program. Despite the fact that the company has not yet provided specifics on where the network will appear, T-Mobile claims that it should deliver nearly complete coverage almost anywhere a customer can see the sky. The companies envision this service as a replacement for the use of satellite phones in remote areas such as in a national park or in the mountains. As SpaceX prepares to launch its Starlink V2 satellites, the carrier will initiate the provisions of service through SpaceX in the course of a beta that will take place in a select area by the end of the following year. When fully functional, the network should extend its coverage beyond the continental United States to include Hawaii, parts of Alaska, Puerto Rico, and territorial waters. It is not immediately clear whether or not users' devices will have a special designation when they connect to this network. According to the carrier's statement to CNET, the initial launch will not transmit a 5G signal. The company stated that it will provide additional details in the future. Because the new network will be broadcasting over T-Mobile's mid-band spectrum, the wireless carrier has stated that the vast majority of smartphones that are already on its network will be compatible with the new service. This means that customers will not necessarily need to purchase a new phone in order to tap into the signal that will be broadcast by the new network. The cellular network will only be available to T-Mobile customers and will coexist with SpaceX's Starlink broadband program on any future satellites that are launched by SpaceX. T-Mobile customers will have exclusive access to the network. According to a press release issued by T-Mobile, the company estimates that more than 500,000 square miles of the United States and vast stretches of ocean zones do not have cell signal from any provider. This is primarily the result of land use restrictions, geography, and the sheer size of the country. And despite the fact that cellular phones do offer some relief, using one is typically expensive and inconvenient. the new satellite service will cover the main continent of the U.S., as well as Alaska and Hawaii, in addition to those two regions. The agreement does not include any exclusivity clauses. Musk has also extended an invitation to all of the world's carriers to form partnerships with SpaceX in order to bring global coverage. There has been no mention of a price yet. It would appear that SpaceX's entry into the market of cellular service is the next logical step in the development of the company's offering, given that the company already provides several satellite internet services. Musk acknowledged in a tweet that there is a plan to add the feature to future models of Tesla automobiles so that drivers can send and receive texts and calls in case of an emergency. For cellular connectivity, Tesla's vehicles have, for many years, relied on AT&T. However, it is currently unknown whether the automaker will make the transition to T-Mobile at some point in the foreseeable future. Despite the fact that both T-Mobile and SpaceX offer services that are comparable but competitive, this announcement does not involve a partnership involving home broadband between the two companies. This is especially true for individuals who are looking for connectivity in more remote areas. The wireless carrier stated that it's always open to ways to further our mission to give more homes reliable broadband. And Sievert mentioned during the event that he is open to using SpaceX to help provide backhaul for T-Mobile's ground-based cell towers in the future. For its part, the wireless carrier stated that it is always open to ways to further our mission to give more homes reliable broadband. The two businesses are marketing the program as a global initiative and are extending an open invitation to carriers all over the world. T-Mobile has made the commitment that will provide reciprocal roaming to other wireless providers worldwide if they participate in the program. It is currently unknown whether T-Mobile will allow AT&T or Verizon to participate in this program, or whether the company has an exclusive agreement with SpaceX in the United States. In March of 2022, Starlink made the announcement that it reached a milestone of 250,000 subscribers. After only 1 month, the company reported to the Federal Communications Commission in the United States that it had more than 400,000 subscribers. However, there are obstacles in the way of its expansion. The FCC withdrew a U.S. $885 million aid package that had been awarded to Starlink in August of 2022 with the intention of connecting underserved communities in the U.S. According to the FCC, Starlink failed to demonstrate the ability to fulfill its obligations and fulfill its promises. In terms of pricing, Sievert stated that the business intends to include it on the carrier's most popular plans. However, customers with older or more affordable plans may be required to pay an additional monthly fee for the feature. The collaboration between T-Mobile and SpaceX is the most recent example of a traditional cell phone carrier teaming up with a satellite service provider to expand their network's reach. Verizon made the announcement that it would be collaborating with Amazon's Project Kuiper, which is a competitor to SpaceX and its Starlink program, in order to enhance its 4G LTE and 5G coverage a year ago. According to a statement made by Verizon to CNET, the objective of that partnership, which is not an exclusive one, was to make the entire map of the U.S. red. This is a reference to the color red that represents Verizon's brand and its coverage map, which shows areas where its wireless services are available. However, neither company has provided a timetable for when the service will be available. A spokesman for Verizon told CNET the year before that the project was still a few years away. AT&T has also been considering the use of satellites to expand its coverage. The company made a deal with the satellite company OneWeb last year to provide connections to the wireless carrier's business customers. However, the company has not disclosed any plans to offer a product or service to the general public. Just 2 months have passed since T-Mobile announced Coverage Beyond as part of its Un-Carrier initiative, which aims to broaden the scope of the company's existing services. And now the company is partnering with SpaceX. It is the mission of Coverage Beyond to make free in-flight Wi-Fi available to T-Mobile customers. And on the same day that the partnership with SpaceX was announced, T-Mobile also announced partnerships with 3 other companies who will develop augmented reality applications that will run on its 5G network. Okay, folks, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed watching this video, give it a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and ring the bell icon so that you will never miss any videos from us.